My wife, Sharon, 45F, and I, 47M, have been married for 22 years. We built a life together with two amazing children. Mark, 17M, a high school junior, and Beth, 20F, a psychology major in her second year at college. I believed our marriage was solid and our family happy. But I was wrong. Started 4 months ago when Sharon joined a gym. She said she wanted to lose weight before her 46th birthday and preferred to go alone to focus on herself. I supported her decision, even offering to join her, but she declined. She seemed happier and more energetic, so I didn't question it. Gradually, though, things changed. She got a new haircut, bought trendy clothes, and spent all her time on her phone, quickly switching apps or locking her screen when I entered the room. She claimed her work had become more demanding, requiring late nights, but I trusted her. I handled most of the parenting and household duties so she could focus on her job. Our intimacy dwindled to nothing. She always had an excuse. She was tired, had a headache, or needed to wake up early. I attributed it to work stress and didn't push further. 3 weeks ago, Sharon texted me, saying she needed to talk about something important. I assumed it was about vacation plans or a promotion at work. Our kids were out and we had the house to ourselves. When she arrived, she wasn't alone. A tall, muscular man named Andrew, 38M, walked in with her, sitting me down in our living room, the same place we'd celebrated our 20th anniversary. Sharon dropped the bombshell. She was 3 months pregnant, and Andrew was the father. She explained they'd met at the gym 8 months ago, and their connection grew. Claiming she hadn't been happy in our marriage for years, she accused me of being emotionally distant due to my focus on work. Andrew, smugly sitting beside her, periodically rubbed her back as though comforting her. Sharon confessed that she hadn't been working late. Instead, she'd been spending evenings with Andrew at his apartment. They planned to start a new life together. As she spoke, my mind reeled. I felt like I was living a nightmare. I demanded they leave my house. That's when Andrew got aggressive. Puffing up his chest, he claimed Sharon owned half the house and I couldn't throw her out. He told me to man up and accept that Sharon had found someone better. His bravado escalated when I mentioned filing for divorce. Standing inches from me, Andrew pulled a gun from his waistband, pointing it at my chest. He threatened me, saying he knew where my kids went to school and where I worked. Accidents happen, he sneered. Sharon sat silently through this, her expression blank. She didn't flinch or protest as Andrew brandished a weapon in our home. My heart broke. This was the woman I had loved for over 2 decades. But I was prepared. I'd started recording the interaction on my phone, discreetly hidden behind a couch cushion. When Andrew and Sharon finally left, I called the police, providing them with the footage. The police arrested Andrew that night for threatening me with a lethal weapon and Sharon for her involvement. Both were released on bail the next day. When our kids returned home, the sight of police cruisers shattered them. Beth cried uncontrollably when I told her what had happened. Mark, visibly shaken, retreated to his room, punching a hole in the wall before isolating himself for 2 days. Their world had crumbled overnight. Sharon's parents took her side, claiming she was stressed and pregnant, and I should forgive her. They believed her story that I had been emotionally distant and controlling. My parents, in contrast, were furious and urged me to pursue all legal avenues. I filed for divorce the following Monday. The recording became critical evidence for both the divorce and criminal cases. Sharon bombarded me with calls and messages, accusing Andrew of manipulating her and insisting she didn't know he had a gun. But the footage told a different story. Her silence and lack of reaction to his threats spoke volumes. I blocked her number, directing all communication through our attorneys. Beth refused to speak to her mother, sending a single text. "You ruined our family. I will never forgive you." Mark avoided school, stopped attending football practice, and began failing multiple classes. I enrolled both kids in therapy, hoping to help them process their emotions and begin healing. 2 weeks later, a shocking twist emerged. A woman named Regina, 35F, knocked on my door, introducing herself as Andrew's wife. She revealed that Andrew had 3 children of his own, ages 8, 5, and 11, and that she had discovered his affair through the local news. Regina presented evidence that Andrew had a history of deceit, having fathered a child with another woman 2 years prior and abandoning her. She also uncovered text messages between Sharon and Andrew that outlined their entire conspiracy. They planned to provoke me into an aggressive reaction to secure a favorable divorce settlement for Sharon. The gun threat was premeditated. One chilling message from Andrew read, "I'll scare him just enough to make him back off. He won't fight the divorce after that." Sharon had replied, "Great plan, babe. He'll probably cry. He's such a coward." Regina's revelations added fuel to the fire. The district attorney expanded the charges to include conspiracy. Sharon's narrative of being a victim crumbled when more evidence surfaced, including a second phone hidden in her drawer, which Beth found while searching for family photos. It contained messages from over a year ago, showing that Sharon and Andrew had been planning this for months. In court, Andrew testified against Sharon to secure a plea deal, revealing that she had masterminded the entire scheme. He described how she targeted him at the gym, knowing he was married, and used him to execute her plot. The biggest shock came during the paternity test results. Andrew was not the father of Sharon's baby. The real father was her 25-year-old personal trainer, Max, who had no idea she was married. Max testified that Sharon had introduced her children as her niece and nephew, claiming she was divorced. The courtroom erupted when Andrew learned the truth. Feeling used and betrayed, he screamed at Sharon, accusing her of ruining his life. He had to be escorted out by bailiffs. The fallout from the court proceedings was swift and catastrophic for Sharon. The evidence of her multiple affairs, deceit, and conspiracy destroyed her credibility. Her own attorney seemed disillusioned by her lies. The judge granted me primary custody of Mark and awarded me the house. Sharon received only her car and personal belongings. The judge cited her intentional deceit and criminal conspiracy as reasons for the uneven division of assets. Sharon's career also crumbled. Her company discovered the court cases during a background check for a promotion. Due to their zero-tolerance policy for unethical behavior, she was fired. The scandal spread throughout our professional network, leaving her unable to find another marketing job. Max, the real father of her unborn child, ended their relationship and left town. Tragically, Sharon's drinking and stress during the pregnancy led to complications, and she lost the baby at 5 months. Her spiral continued, with her moving in with her sister, who became her sole source of support. The children are slowly recovering. Beth returned to college and joined a support group for children of divorced parents. Mark rejoined the football team and brought his grades up with the help of therapy and support from his coach. He even began repairing the hole he punched in his wall, a symbolic act of moving on. Sharon's parents have severed ties with her but maintained their relationship with the kids. Her father, who once defended her, apologized profusely and now spends weekends fishing with Mark. Her mother cooks dinner for us every Sunday, offering some semblance of stability to the kids. I've started dating Lana, 42F, a high school teacher who has been incredibly understanding of our situation. We're taking things slow, and the kids have warmed to her, especially Mark, as she's helped him improve his English grades. Sharon attempted to contact me recently, claiming she was attending AA meetings and had been sober for 2 weeks. She begged for another chance, but I blocked her number. Some betrayals are too deep to forgive. Our family is healing, though the scars of Sharon's actions remain. Mark has decided to change his last name to mine, cutting the last tie to his mother. Beth expressed pride in how I handled the situation, saying I showed her the importance of standing firm against toxic relationships, even when it's painful. For the first time in months, I feel hopeful. We're building a new normal, free from deceit and betrayal. Life isn't perfect, but we're moving forward together, stronger than before. Sharon must now live with the consequences of her actions. We, on the other hand, are finally finding peace.